The only way to stop chasing payments is to start charging clients upfront, but most agencies do this wrong. The old way used to be something like, you send the client an offer with one or more services, they reply and agree to a package, you ask for their billing info to send them an invoice, they reply with their billing info, you send them the invoice, they pay the invoice, you thank them for the payment and ask for additional information to get started, they forget to send you the details or put it off, you follow up constantly until they finally send you the information you need, you then proceed to set up a project on your project management software and invite them into it, and finally you can start working on the project. Instead, we can use a more modern approach that takes these 11 steps and brings them down to just 3. You can send the client a link to an order form or link it to one of the purchase buttons on your sales page. The client clicks on the service they want to buy, fills out the form, and pays all on one page. Once the client selects what they want to purchase, fills out all the information, and checks out, they are automatically sent an email with the invoice, and they can log into the portal at any time to download it again. You can see it's 10 emails versus just 1, cutting 1 to 2 weeks off your sales cycle. If you're still reluctant to charge upfront this way, let's look at some additional benefits. There's no need to collect information from the client manually to send them an invoice as they fill in the information directly on the form. You also have the option to easily upsell them on more expensive services, unlike with an invoice that has the final amount already on it. Next up, you have the ability to automate where the client goes after they've made payment instead of having to manually follow up asking for data or linking them to forms. This step alone helps you save days of going back and forth with the client to collect the information you need to get started on their project. If you have a really big Fortune 500 client where they still need an invoice which they forward to their accounting department, you can still create the invoice before payment and send it to them manually to pay. But for the vast majority of B2B clients, they'll pay with their company card and download the receipt, so it makes sense to automate as much of the process as possible. Now here's an actual example of how you'd build an order form flow that offers upsells, captures payment, and makes it super easy for the client to work with you. On this simple order form, we have fields with one-time services and their add-ons, as well as fields for recurring services and their add-ons with a simple checkbox that swaps between them using conditional logic, which is set up on the rules page here. Based on our experience, the more concise your order form is, the higher your conversion rate, so it's important to keep your order form as short as possible. When landing on the form, this is the page the client would see. They can easily swap between one-time and recurring services with this checkbox, fill out their information, and then check out at the bottom. Once their payment is processed, they land on the receipt page here. When they click on Continue to Client Portal, they're automatically taken to the intake form to fill out their project details on the spot, so you can get started on their project immediately after. The client's payment method is also saved on their account, so they can easily purchase additional services in the future from their client portal. For more information and tips on how to productize your services, check out our YouTube channel. And for a client portal that lets you do everything I showed you today, check out SPP via the link in the description down below.